So this is going to be the art that I painted in 2025. It's not all of it, because a lot of it is in sketchbooks and I'm not going to show them to you again. I've already done that in previous videos. There are some that I still need to film, but that'll take a while. So let's go fairly quickly through all of them, just like I did at the beginning of 2025. So this was in January 2025 using handmade watercolors by LM. Then I have another one also in January using the same watercolors, the handmade watercolors by LM. I was playing around with those with those paints for a bit. So I did another one that I didn't like how it turned out, because it was way too saturated. And then I did another one that was more minimalistic. I wasn't too sure about this green there. And then I decided to go all abstract. This is acrylic, gesso, and watercolor. I've got a few of those. And these were all done around the 17th of March. This one's 7th March. 5th of March, 5th of March, 7th, and 17th. I did the same thing on a larger one, 19th March. Wasn't too sure what I was trying to do here. I think I wanted to do like a bare forest. And then I received my new order of the LM colors that I had been waiting for. So 29th of March. I think I did a video using this one. It was just to see how the colors mixed. Oh, and forgive my fingers, but I was painting and gardening and it has stained my fingers. 20th of April, using the same watercolors. This is on moleskin paper. And I tried it again to give it a bit more color. And then I started experimenting with pastels and some watercolors. So I did this little portrait here. This was also oil pastel and watercolors. and this was 11th of April. And then in June, some soft watercolors. I really like this one, and I'm going to put this one up for sale in my shop. This was also in June, again using the same colors. This is pure watercolor, this one, and the same with this one, but I didn't like how it turned out. And I also did this one in September on the back side, more contrasting colors. And then here I was trying to finish up some of the paper that I had. So this was 17th June, and this was a test that I did, applying oil pastel first and then applying paint to see how it would reject the paint, how the water would repel the oil paint underneath. But then I never went with this idea. 16th June, this is acrylic and watercolor and gesso, again experimentation. This is 17th June, and this is watercolor and oil pastels, trying to see how it would work blending them. Then I did this one, and there's a video of this one, and this one is available in the shop. This is called The Dancer, and I did this using leftover paint that I had. It's for sale at a very affordable price, because the paper is also quite thin. And then in July I started experimenting with soft landscapes, and this is watercolor and some gouache. The paper is not watercolor, I can't remember what the paper was. I think it was a Canson. I don't know, maybe it was like mixed media or like a cheap watercolor paper. And I was playing around with paint. This was the last page, I think, of one of the watercolor blocks that I had. And here is when the beginning series started to emerge. This was 13th July 2025. This is on Caron d'Ache paper, rough grain, which is why it has a lot of texture. This gave birth to the ideas of the beginning series. I'm going to link the video of my beginning series. And the beginning series is this one. In no particular order, I'm just doing them by size. And this is on Arches watercolor paper. I have this one. This is still from the beginning series, and it's all watercolor. And all these are available for sale in my website. Not my Etsy, but my website over at 21kittens.com/shop. I really like these ones. It was a nice exploration. And I'm not putting them in the order that they come. I'm putting them in the order of size, just to make things a bit more comfortable here during filming. I think this is one of my favorites, with the tendrils spreading out. And this one as well. This is Explosion, also on hot press paper, Arches. And then the last one. This is Winsor & Newton paper, fine grain, also 100% cotton. So this was the beginning series. And next I continued with my exploration of mixing media, and this is gouache and watercolor. The paper is the moleskin paper, And I really like this one, but then I left it near me while I was doing some splatter painting. I splattered it, so I can't put it for sale anymore. I was going to offer this one on my shop, but as you can see, it has the splatters now, which is a shame. And this is another one, again on moleskin paper, and I really like the colors. This was on Arches fine grain paper, and it's the same technique with the white gouache underneath and then applying watercolor. And this is more of the same. I did a lot of these also in sketchbooks. And another one. And these were done, so this 1st of August, yeah, 1st of August, 31st of July, yeah. 31st of July and the 1st of August. So those 2 days I was exploring this quite a lot. And then this was done on the 12th of August, also while I was doing my beginning series. But this one didn't make the cut, and I really like it. It just didn't make the cut because I didn't know how to put it in the story. And I'm not sure, I might make it available, but I like this one a lot. Then I went back to exploring with oil pastels, and I did this cat. There is a video of this as well. And then one day I was bored and I did a little painting of a woman walking on planets, all watercolor, 30th of September. And then another watercolor with gouache, but I'm not sure if I used gouache on this one or not. I don't really recall painting this, I don't know why. But I really like how it turned out. The mixing of the colors is very nice. And then when I was preparing the video for beginning, I was trying to come up of ways of adding more art. And I did these contrasting pieces. And this is using watercolor and then the multicolored pencil that I so enjoy. So this was 12th October. But then in the end I decided to scrap them because they didn't fit with what I wanted to tell on that video. This is October, this is also October, and then we jump all the way to 23rd of November, where I did this flower arrangement. The paper is one of those, I don't know how you call this paper, but it's like this cheap paper, very thin, that you use maybe for whatever. And I have a lot of this paper from way back when, and I tried applying some gesso on it to see if it would hold up, and then I painted this in acrylics, and I like it actually. It didn't turn out too bad for what it is, and it's also a way for me to keep on practicing with acrylics. And then this one is funny because I started this one on the 20th of January 2025, and it was all just watercolor, and then left it there. I didn't really like it too much, and as I was going through all my art that I did, I decided to repaint it. So I did the technique of the gouache and the watercolor on top, and I did that on the 2nd of December 2025. And I actually like how it turned out. There's like a little detail that I added, like a church. It's a bit like a kind of desolate landscape with a wild sky. I love this. And then I had some paintings that I had done up in the beginning of the year, but then I never finished them. So I decided to finish them on the 23rd of December. They are crap. So they're not good at all. This was just like on scrap paper that I had. I had this from March 2024 and I didn't finish it, so I decided to finish this part, and of course I don't like it. But at least I finished it and I'm rid of it, you know, rather than having there sitting waiting for me to take action. And the same with this one. This was also scrap, and I didn't like how it was turning out. I did do the watercolor and gouache technique, and then I added some acrylic, and I didn't know where I was going with this. But at least I managed to put paint on paper. So, like I said, this is all the loose art that I painted in 2025. This is not all the art that I did, because a lot of it is in sketchbooks, and I have a lot of them that I have filled out last year, and I'm quite proud of that. And I have some that I'm still working on. But yeah. So I really hope that you were able to get some inspiration from all this diverse art. As you can see, I have a lot of like varying styles. I would say that the main style that I stick to is the beginning one, like the series beginning one, more softer strokes and colors. This is more my style. But when I get bored of it, or when I'm not feeling inspired to get ideas on this style, that is when I need to break out and come up with more either more illustrative ideas or more abstract, you know. And that helps me get more inspiration when I need to work on this style. I hope everyone has a great 2026. Let's hope that January is going to be a soft month, so that it's not too hard to start the year. And I want to thank all of you for all your comments, all your likes, your kind words, and for sticking with me in 2025. And I hope that you'll be sticking with me throughout 2026 as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye for now.